Good evening. Welcome to Epiphany Lutheran Church in Richmond, Virginia. I'm Kevin Barger, the Director of Music Ministry. We're at Music Minute, where we're taking a look at the hymns we'll be using in worship tomorrow. And we're going to start with our sending hymn, For the Fruit of All Creation. And this tune was written for these words. And in 1957, another tune was written that never really caught on. So this was not the tune that was back then. This tune is a traditional Welsh melody that was first published in 1784, so it's a much older tune than text. And the simplicity of this melody is really important because it really accentuates the text that goes with it. And the LBW actually used another tune to these words, so you might have heard it for many different tunes all around. For the Fruit of All Creation. And this is in a little bit of a maybe rock and roll 50-60 style. Sock hop in there and have a little good dance going. All right, next we will go to the hymn of the day, As Rain from the Clouds. This is another Dolores Duffner hymn. You may recall we've talked about her several times. This was written in 1983. Psalm 119 was the genesis for this hymn, and it's showing God as the sower who is tenderly caring for the seed and bringing it to its fruitfulness. There's only one word that changes in the first half of the hymn. The hymn is sort of written in two parts. In the first half of the hymn, there's only one word that changes each time, and that's rain, grain, and raise. Everything else remains the same, and then we use the second half of the hymn to further explore those one-word changes. The melody comes from a much earlier time period, so the hymn text was written in 1983. The hymn tune was written in 1837, and it was intended for a poem at the time. The hymn and tune were actually not joined together until 2003. This is As Rain from the Clouds. crunchy goodness there in the end. It's maybe the little rainstorm coming there towards the end as rain from the clouds. You might also have recognized that as the alternate tune to Away in a Manger. Moving then to our communion hymn, and that will be Lord, Let My Heart Be Good Soil. And this began as part of a children's musical. That musical was called Sun Love. And the children were set in a small rural community where the parables of Jesus were being told and came to life. And this parable was told by the owner of a seed and feed store in the musical. There's some gentle syncopation in here that emphasizes good soil, as when you sing, Lord, let my heart be good soil. So it really is trying to bring that out. Lord, let my heart be good soil.
And to close things off will be our gathering hymn, Open Now the Gates of Beauty. And this was written in 7 stanzas. How many times have we heard that there have been all these stanzas, and some of them get cut, some don't make the cut. Catherine Winkworth was the translator on this. It was an old German hymn, and she translated 5 of the 7 stanzas, and so that's what became the hymn. The hymn was a first of its kind in a way. It employed a major sixth, so normally I try to stay away from all of these musical kind of terms things, but for those who are more musically minded and want to hear this, it employed a major 6, and that was not something that had been done prior to this hymn, really, a whole lot. This was introduced by the introduction of the organ, and the organ being used to lead congregational song supported that major 6 and supported the voices singing it. So that was really sort of the start of being able to do that accompaniment and really support it well and be sung well. Open now the gates of beauty. And that will do us for today. So thanks again for joining us tonight, and we'll look forward to being together again next week. If you're coming to worship in person tomorrow, that's in our sanctuary at 8:30 and 10:30, and the 10:30 service will of course be live streamed on our YouTube channel. Thanks again. We'll talk again next week.